Everyone, Double P here and welcome. So in today's trading session, I attacked Microsoft and got a few support tickets in the support desk that my guy sent over. They're like, why didn't you attack NVIDIA today? NVIDIA is like, it has earnings at the end of bell. I'm like, look, it's my capital. I trade what I want. When I see what I want to trade, I'll trade it. So that's kind of to answer the question there. Everyone's waiting for NVIDIA. Everyone's like, look, I'm looking at it too. Don't worry about that. I'm looking at it, but I wanted to go after Microsoft today. So let's just see here. You can see the option here for Microsoft 330 strike call that I sent out to you guys. You can see here it exploded, took off. Hit a high at 275, but I'm already out of the trade long ago. So you're probably wondering, well, why did you attack Microsoft and why didn't you attack NVIDIA? Well, I'll show you why I didn't attack. I'll show you why I didn't attack NVIDIA here, because I'm looking at Microsoft and I'm looking at what's going on in Microsoft. You know, I'm on a 2-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 3-day, 4-hour, 9-month, 1 day, and 20-day, 4-hour, 10-day, 1 hour. I'm looking at what's going on with Microsoft and I'm like, I'm going to destroy Microsoft and I'm going to go take that trade today. That's what you need to look at. I mean, for those of you in the Platinum X Power Option Trader group, everything, I've said this yesterday in the video. I hold nothing back. Everything's inside of the course. You have to go through the course, version 1, version 2, version 3. Yes, I understand it's an extensive course. But if you go through the course and you take your time, you will be a phenomenal trader. Will you incur losses? Absolutely. Everybody takes a loss. Everybody has a losing streak. Everybody has a winning streak. I tend to make sure that my winning streaks are more than my losing streaks. If I hit a pocket of a losing streak, it's only a couple of days here and there, and I shrug it off because I know better. You know what I mean? 3.5 years later, I got a 7-figure account, and I've had days where I've lost oodles of money. And then I just say, okay, why did I lose so much money? Got into the trade at the bad time. Market catalyst, news catalyst, stuff happens. You can do everything right and still get punched in the face. So I look at those moments and I say, all right, no problem. And then the next day or 2 days later, I come back and I make it all back and then some. So I don't really care. A loss is a loss. Like, it's not what you do with your winners, it's what you do with your losers that will define what you are, what you are as a trader. And if you get emotional in this game and you let emotion get to you because you're down, your count's down, or you know what I mean, you're already lost. You already screwed yourself. Same thing if you're up. You're all up and you're all rah, and you know what I mean. All of a sudden you take a beat. Oh man, you're screwed, right? So I'm just a cold assassin. That's the way it is. So let's get back to Microsoft here. What do? Here's the box. What do we do? What's the box? Box is volatility. The box is support and resistance. The box is price action. And the box is volume, right? When the stock opens up above the box, what do? We tend to take a long position. Stock opens up under the box, what do? We tend to take a short position. It opens up way above the box. What do? We wait because it's going to hit a high, then it's going to revert if it's not in a strong trend, and it's going to come tanking right down in the box. Stock opens up way under the box. What do? We wait because it's going to fight to get back up into the box. If it hits the box, then it's just going to crash and come back down, and it's going to go back in that trend because that's just the way it is. Right, so here we are right here. Microsoft opened up just barely above the box, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait. And I was watching NVIDIA. Believe me, I was watching NVIDIA, right? So I got NVIDIA here. You see NVIDIA here in the chart. I was watching NVIDIA. I was like, oh, where did it open up? Okay, well, there it is, inside of the box, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, now it's bouncing. It drops, hits the low, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? Because earnings tomorrow, let's see, what am I gonna do? I'm like, this is when I look at my secondary indicators, and I'm looking at money flow. You see money flow right here. You see money flow right here. It's money flow never lies. People do. So I'm looking at money flow and I'm like, money flow is going to bounce because here's a zero line. There's a zero line. Anything above the zero line is bullish. Anything below the zero line is bearish. When it's so close, you have to wait and see what's going on. Money flow oscillator is the oscillation of money and the volatility of money. So it's not just shares, it's not just price, it's the volatility of the shares and the price with money flow oscillator. So I'm just like, money's coming in. Money's coming in here, right? You see this big bounce up here, then right down there. And I look at the CCI. The CCI is my next indicator for, strength. Volatility strength. So I'm just like, I'm not going to get caught on that bounce, right? I'm not going to get caught on that low. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to leave it. And I'm glad I left it because look, it's sitting inside of this box here. I mean, I could have took it, but I'm like, I'm going to leave it. Why am I going to leave it? Well, because the volatility band is open up here. Volatility band is open down there, but it's all inside that volatility box. You can clearly see it. So that would have been a very dangerous trade. And I'm just like thinking, okay, I'm going to leave it. It's not until it broke outside of this box and it started to gain momentum, which is where you see it now. Now it's ripping, right? But I looked at Microsoft, and Microsoft to me, like I said, was a better play because of where it opened up. So, I'm waiting here. I'm waiting for this big move. Right? Well, not a big move, but I'm looking at that move. So let me open this up here so that you see it. So 3 move right here, consolidation, drops back down. It wasn't until, and here's where I'm looking at, so that you can see what I'm looking at. Out of the box, right? So we got a good movement up here. We got a good movement up here. Let me do this again. A good movement here. A little bit of consolidation, a retracement. There's always going to be a retracement, right? And then we got that move right there. Why am I waiting? Why am I waiting for this move? Well, let me draw the price level tool, and you're going to see how I trade. You're going to see what I look at. What do I look at? I look at what's going on in pre-market. Where are the levels in pre-market? You can clearly see it, right? You got, do I got my headphones on still? Oh yeah, I got my headphones on. Let me, give me a quick second here. Had my headphones on because I'm in another trade and I'm like, what's going on? I'm looking visually, I'm seeing stuff, but really wild. Let me see here. Okay, that's better. Sorry about that. So I drew that line right here, right? Now I'm drawing it for you again, but when I was trading, I had it drawn in real time, right? And then I'm out of the trade, got rid of everything. Now I'm doing the end of the day trading recap for you guys. So this is what I'm looking at right here, right? Support, 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 support. A little bit above the box right here. It bounces off that level. We got a nice big green candle right here. And I'm like, all right, we're good to go here. We're good to go. Confirmation. The This is a narrow state. You see the volatility bands, they turned in right here. They turned in a narrow state. And what do? This band opens up, and this band opens up to the upside. Where's the 20 and the 200? Well, there's my 200 and there's my 20. And I'm like, all right, we're good to go because of the volatility expansion. This time I look at the volatility expansion. Where's the 200? It's right here, and it's like a tugboat. The 200 is like a tugboat, and the 20 is like a speedboat, right? So what do? I wait. I'm waiting for that movement. There's my 3 white soldiers. I'm waiting for that pause right there. That's a spinning top. It's a pause. It's we're in an upward trend. It's a pause, and then I send the trade out to you guys, and then we're off to the races, right? Give me a second here. Always got a trader. So where am I here? So on the pause here, I'm like, okay, there's my, it's not really 3 white soldiers, but it's a good 3 building block. And then right here, off of this pause, this is a spinning top. Let me open that up so you see it. That's a spinning top, right? There's the shoulder, there's the heel, the boot, right? There's the tip. So right here, I'm like, okay, I'm going to start, I'm looking at this position to get into this trade. And that's when I sent it out to you, right? And boom, this is an inverted bullish hammer right here. Then we got 3 movements up there. So over here in the option, let's come back over here. So right there on that spinning top, I'm like, when this candle opens up, you see where it opened up here, this wick, that's when I'm sending out the trade to you guys. You guys got the trade, and we're off to the races. I said it was a 15-minute trade. Because I wanted to stay in the trade for 15 minutes. So let me shrink this down for you. But obviously, with a 330 strike put, Microsoft just ran. And that's great. So, I mean, you don't need to listen to me. If it's a 15-minute trade, I'm looking at 15 minutes because the way Microsoft was setting up, I'm looking at the lack of volatility with Microsoft right here. And it was just a slow boat. But when it got traction, and it took off. So I'm like, okay, this is a 15-minute trade for me. Like, I'm going to stay in a 15-minute trade. And if it keeps moving, then I'll think about getting back in to the trade, which is what you should be doing. Or get out. It's totally your call. All right. When I get back into this trade again today, Microsoft hit 328. I'm looking at the 200 here. So let me shrink this down here. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to now switch this over. I'm going to switch this over and keep this clear. Let's go to Microsoft. Let's go to 2 minute. I really should actually save this so I don't have to keep going back in here again and fixing stuff. So you'll clearly see here on the volume profile, which is what I use because this is what institutions use. Where's this point right here? What is the low end? 325.02. So it's very because I already set this up already when I did this when I was live trading, and I'm doing the end of the day trading recap for you live, so you get to see everything. But look at where the volume profile is, the low end of the volume profile value add right there. Look at where it coincides, and this is not coincidence. This is algorithms. This is law of volatility, algorithms. This is law of probabilities. This is all algorithm. If you don't set yourself up properly and know what the algorithms are doing, and then back it up with hedge funds and how hedge funds and institutions, the tools that they use to look at. I don't use the VWAP. I'm not really a big fan of it. I'm more of a big fan of volatility, volatility bands, implied volatility and volatility, because implied volatility doesn't lie. It's telling you what's going on in the marketplace. It's telling you what the expected move is. It's telling you how much volatility is going to be in the play for the day, or the week, or the hour, however you want to set up your time frames. So implied volatility and volatility, that's what I look at. I want concurrent or forward-thinking indicators. I got that with the ESD bands. This is volatility, self-adjusting on the fly in real time. All right. Volume profile right here, institutions and hedge funds. This is the tool that they use. This is order flow. This is liquidity, right? And then obviously I'm looking at my candles, right? What am I looking at here? Money flow. So let me change this study set over. Let me get rid of that study set. I mean, this is a good study set right here. Money flow, volume flow indicator. Intraday momentum index. I already explained to you what money flow oscillator is. Volume flow indicator is the volume of shares that are going in and out of a position. Hedge funds and institutions use this as well. So this is shares. This is denoted in shares. It's logarithmic, right? So it's volume flow. It's telling you how much shares are going in or how much shares are going out of positions, accumulation and distribution. The intraday momentum index will tell you exactly overbought, oversold condition, which is like a RSI intraday for a strength overbought, oversold condition. So for price, so that's a really good setup as well. All right, so let me get rid of that. Over here, let me get my main study set up, what I like to use. I got a whole bunch of study sets that I use. I'm looking at different things and got different screens. So, I mean, over time, you'll get to see it. So, in MACD, CCI, right? Microsoft is a mega cap, large cap. It has volatility. It has major liquidity in it. And it makes moves. So I want to make sure I have the proper secondary and tertiary suite indicators up. These are 3, 4, 5 things I look at after I look at price action, volume, volatility. That's key for me. All right. That's the first thing. So where was I here? Oh yeah. So with this candle of indecision right here, I mean, it's not coincidence where the algorithms are playing. Right there, there's your spinning top. That's when I send out the trade to you guys right here in this area right here at 951 or whatever it was, 950, 951 to get the setup. And then bam, right? A little bit of a retracement, which is cool. That's there. And then it rips. All right, Microsoft rips today. And now, would I go back in and trade Microsoft? No, I'm done for the day. I'm in another position and I'm holding that position. I'm watching it because Microsoft could it hit 330 today? Well, let me shrink this down here. Let's come over here. Oh. Let me draw the channel for you, because I always get asked, well, where's the channel? So this is going to be easier. Let me just do this right here. Get rid of that. I don't need that today. Already used it. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. apply. This will make it a little bit easier, a lot easier. Channel. Where do we draw the channel? Let me open this up so that you can see it. This will be a little bit easier for you. Channel. You can draw the channel up or down, doesn't really matter. If you guys are wondering where the channels are, I always draw the channel on a green candle. I can either draw it on the top of the shoulder, which is right here. I can either draw it right there on the top of the shoulder, or I can draw it on the bottom of the boot. That's what I call it, the bottom of the boot of the candle. I don't draw it on the wicks. I draw it on the body. So let's draw this first candle right here. Because when I was drawing it, I'll come down here to 948, because that's when I was looking at right there and then right there. So that's the first channel right there. That's the first channel so that you can see it. And then why do I have this here? This was my cutoff. This was my stop out for this particular movement right here, right? If it dipped under there, I was out of the trade, right? So this is the support after I made that big move, and I'm looking at it and I'm seeing it right here. I'm out right around here. Give me a second. Good Lord. So I'm out right here. Sorry, I got another trader asking me about Microsoft because it just blew up, as you can see right here, and is asking me, is it going to hit 330 today? Well, I'll show you in a second. So anyways, right here, I'm out because I'm out in this big wick. This is the inverted hammer sell side. And then you got that big movement down here, and this is actually a retracement, but I'm out regardless. And I sent you guys the text alert right around here. So you could have stayed in this trade. And why would you have stayed in this trade? Well, here's the 200. Look at the slope and the degree of the 200. Will Microsoft hit 300, 330 today? Maybe, probably. Let's see here. Let me look at this trend line. Let me get the proper tool here for you. Let me look at the degree here. Let's see. That is a 14 degree, 15 degree. 15, so basically around a 15, 18, yeah. I mean, so here, continuing on this path, extending into the future, let's say around 17, it's 330. Where's the 20? That's 20 degrees. Let's keep that in alignment, around 17 degrees. Confidently, Microsoft's already moved $6 today. Let's come down over here. Let me break out my calculator. Nice. Let me break. Oh, what the heck? Let's see here. My 330 is right there, 275. It's already moved 166% today, that option. Implied volatility 33%. So let's do the math together. 323.82. You're gonna see how this works out. We're in 2 days. So if it was to make the full move in 1 day, it's 693. We got 330.75, right? If it's supposed to make the full move today instead of 2 days. So I always look at this. The market makers say this is going to move $4.58. That's the implied volatility today on Microsoft. The implied money, where it's going to move, and it's already moved $6. It's already moved $6. Right, it's already moved $6. Almost 2%. Could Microsoft move 3% today? Quite possibly by the end of the day, yes. If I was to do this conservatively, I do 693 divided by 2. I could always use the true average, the average true range as well too, but I'm a math geek, right? So 346. So 323.82. What did I say it was? 3. What was that? 9, 7, 26. It's 327. Blew right through that. That's why I picked the 330 strike today. Right, because the 327.50, that's in the money. Well, now it's in the money. So I went out from 3, because this is exactly how I did it today. 323.82. Made the move in half. I'm looking at 27, 330. What else am I looking at? I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at. This is why I got the 330. Volume, open interest. And I'm looking at the, I don't want it to be in the money, so I don't really care because it was a 15-minute trade. So understand, when I say it's a 15-minute trade, I'm not necessarily worrying about it touching. Right? I'm not necessarily worrying about it touching. Right? There's 86% chance it's going to touch, which is great. Right? 56% chance, 57. I mean, all this was earlier on in the day, but I'm looking at it now. It's 57% chance it can expire out in the money. 44. This is a good high probability trade. We got a good 5-cent movement for every buck it moves. I mean, that's a good gamma. Delta's 43. I mean, I like it. That's a really good high probability trade. That's why it's up 161. I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, this morning when I was looking at it, it was even better, right? So as it inches its way up here, I'm like, yeah. I mean, there's a couple other things I'm obviously looking at. But could it hit 330 today? That would imply another $2 move. So that would be like another buck. What is that? 328. So 180, 170 something. I mean, where could I see it actually hitting? This is on the top intraday on the volume profile. It's at the very top end of the range. So there's going to be no more order flow there. Or at highs. So where could it hit? That's 200. By the end of the day. So let's do this. I'm going to break out and show you exactly what you can do to figure out where is it going to go. So Mac with prices. And then I'm going to put on pivot. And I'm going to be intraday here. So we're going to do 17.9. By the way, if you're looking at why am I changing my settings, I'm changing my settings because this is what high frequency traders and prop desk use intraday for MACD with prices. It speeds everything up. Gives it a little bit more of a concurrent because the MACD is a momentum price-driven indicator, but it's kind of slow. So professionals speed it up to give them a little bit of a glimpse. So I put that over there. Let's put this over here. Let me get rid of these levels right here so they don't confuse you. Let's remove that. And then I'm going to show you, if you want to know two different ways where and what's going to happen, let's move this over here. We can do 2 day, 2 minute. Now I could leave this up here so that you see it. Matter of fact, I might just do that. That'll be easier. But then you're going to wonder about the price levels. So we are already at the top end of resistance. So there's a pullback that's going to come. If it tries to move from, where is that 20? The 200, sorry. So let me do this right here so that you can see it. And then you see here, we're at the very top end. There's no more order flow. It's light. It's light order flow up there. I got post-nasal drip. It's so bad. Sorry. We're already at the top end. So if Microsoft reverses, we're going to go back down to 327. So would I take this trade now? No, because I just looked at the MACD with prices and I'm looking at it. We could reverse back down to 327 and I'm not taking that trade. The high that it can get to, already hit the high of 328.82. Where we at 328.82? It hits any higher than that, then we're going to be bullish. This is the level right now where it should be trading. 328.40, 328.44. You see, it's 328.18. So, yeah. I mean, would I get a put? I would have to look at the rest of the marketplace. But right now, we got some bullish momentum right here. It's coming up on the MACD with prices, so it's just leveling off here. You can see it. You can clearly see it. Let me do this here so that you see it. So yeah, there you go. So where's it going to tag? This is the lower end of the volatility band, 327.43. If it continues this downward descent. Because this is going to roll over. The 20 is rolling over. So the 20 is right here. The 20 is rolling over. It's green, but it's starting to roll over. The 200 is right here. So now the 20 is dominant and it's going to start to push. And that's that. And let's bring this back over here to a 2 minute so that you can see it. You can see right here the 20 is rolling over. It just turned from green to yellow. 200 is right there. That's a 5 minute. That's a, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 movement from the high. There's the channel. Oh yeah. You obviously want to see what I made today. So 25.3%, 11,100. Let's get that out of the way there. And let's get back to the lesson. So what do? I could draw the channel for you. I mean, you guys can clearly see. You can clearly see. You can clearly see. Let me get rid of that channel. So, where's my line of defense right here? I'm going to follow. There's the point of control. Point of control is what? 327.88 roughly. Let's remove that. Now let's go over to NVIDIA. I think I'm going to be going short on NVIDIA after earnings. I'm going to look at it for the rest of the day. But I think I'm going to be doing a short on NVIDIA. $47 move. Ready to move $9. 164% implied volatility. Absolutely insane. Sorry. Give me a second here. Whew, sorry there. So 164% implied volatility. Let's break out the old calculator. 458, 66 plus, oh, now it's 47. 79, that gives me a 506.45. $506.45. Give me a second here. This is why you watch the end of the day trading sessions, because you see me do everything live. I don't guess. I don't guess.
$525.73. $525.73. $430.24. $506. $458.66 minus 48.02. $410. $410 for $430. $430. Same pricing, 505. $530. Wow. That's ugly. That's expensive. It could be a 575, 181 if I was going to take that. Where are we on the put side here? 410.
It'd be a 390. Close this up. Close that up. Option statistics. %40 in the market. 44%. Wow. 41% delta. Yeah, that's the right delta. Yeah, that's the right delta for the puts. That's the right delta for, yeah. Okay. So what am I looking at here? I'm looking at what the market is doing right now. The market is, there's some straddle positions going on. A lot of people doing straddles. So they're doing define risk. NVIDIA, one of the things going to happen, either they have to have blowout earnings. If NVIDIA does not have blowout earnings, that stock is going to take a beating tomorrow. It'll be a gap down if it don't have blowout earnings. And if they have blowout earnings, it's already priced in. So what you're going to see is you could take a defined risk trade. I'm bearish on NVIDIA because I'm looking at what's going on here. I mean, I look at the implied volatility. At the end of the bell, the implied volatility is going to get sucked out of NVIDIA right at earnings. Let me come over here. I want to see what the big boys are doing. $375, $410, $415. This is a this is a put spread. This is the same individual or the same entity, institution, hedge fund, whatever. That's a put spread. Bought 415, sold the 410. So they are bullish. I didn't look over here. I saw a spread, but I'm looking at right this, right? This is what I'm looking at right here, right? The condition will tell you what it is, a spread or whatever, but sometimes I don't look at that because you don't know whether they bought or sold the spread. So right here they bought the spread right here. So I'm kind of bearish on NVIDIA myself. But we'll see. I'm going to watch it. I'll make the call the last half an hour of the day. I want to see what order flow does on the institution side and on the hedge fund side. I want to see some movement. $9, 2%. It's slow. So anyways, the reason why I didn't take NVIDIA today is, if I didn't already explain it, was because it's trading in this death zone right here, and I don't like trading in that zone. It wasn't until it broke out here then you can kind of take it. A lot of consolidation right there. Another move up, leg up. Consolidation to the high level, consolidation to the downside. Lots of consolidation right here. Drop, move. So the 200, 20. I don't like that. That's going to be a long bit of consolidation. You can see it right here. Let me open up that Mac with prices there. This has got a fully cycle. So, or if not fully cycle, halfway cycle. This is the 0 line, so that's your trigger. So this is the full cycle from here to there. So there's your full cycle. From there to there, that's your full cycle. You can see it. So that's it from Double P. My throat's going. So I'll see you in the next trading session. Take care, everybody.